We'll tell you about the men's one in the next leg, because this is another break prospect for Mcin.
It's got to go. Gets it. 2 at double 16 instead of 1 at the ball. Beautiful.
Third leg, Mcin.
Absolutely outstanding. Considering the missed opportunity from the last leg, that tells me that the mentality of Mcin is good.
Boris, you require 4.
And isn't it interesting that he threw more forcefully when the leg looked over?
Well, he's playing with a bit of freedom, isn't he?
Game shot on the 6th leg, Boris Koltsov.
Anything but the last dart.
Sets it up, puts the pressure on. It's going to be 2 darts at a target of his choice here, and he chooses double 16. And Mark Mcin gets a win that makes this group very, very interesting. He reverses the result from last night, a 4-3 success against Boris Koltsov, who was top of the table, but who has just been replaced by Mark Mcin by that one leg at the end of the game. But Koltsov could have been away, could have been looking in a very promising position, but Mcin has held him back, reeled him in its previous guise, and he's producing numbers at the moment better than anyone. And his consistency on tour, he's made 3 semi-finals at the last 6 events, 5 quarter-finals in 6, and the other one was the last 16.
And topped off with qualifying for the World Series finals in Amsterdam.
Double 16 for this man, Pilgrim, who is someone that many thought would have got on the tour last year. He'll be hoping to do that next year, but just
Q-score just went
pear-shaped for him. 106, having taken out 106. Play it again, Pilgrim.
74.
So close.
Andy, you require 100.
Where does he go? He goes tops. And he gets tops.
Andy Davidson.
Width of the wire.
And again. And when it's not going for you, those kind of things happen.
Andy
requires just the way 25. The cookie crumbles.
Got the sense he knew the game was up, and he was right. Andy Davidson wins that battle. 9 darts thrown, 82 remaining. And that's a beautiful bullseye to leave double 16 for a dozen dart break in leg 1.
Yeah, when I was doing some not
62.
Too much pressure applied. Oh, beautiful.
It's excellent from Everts, who whitewashes Mcin. Kept his faith after those brilliant performances last night. Didn't really bear any fruit. But now, that's a banquet of brilliance from Ted Everts. 96.97. 4 out of 6 on the doubles. He had that fantastic 82 checkout in there as well. Koltsov, though, having only chipped 30 off after that tops attempt, he's only getting 1 dart at double.
Game shot of
sneaks it in the left-hand side of the target.
Boris, you require 25.
Makes his choice. Double 8.
Game shot
and he takes it.
Boris
for the second night on the spin. He batters Daryl Pilgrim. The pair have a little exchange at the end. I think maybe some empathy. Somewhere to be, Boris. A 4-1 victory for the Viking, and where he might be, it's finals night tomorrow. 8 points now for Koltsov, putting 4 between himself and Pilgrim. We won't get that middle section with all the players on the same points, but Daryl Pilgrim, well, had the same amount of darts, had double as Boris Koltsov, but just couldn't hit many of them in that game. That's why he's been beaten 4-1.
Bull.
Game shot on a third leg, Ted Everts.
Absolutely brilliant, and it's a big blow that for Andy Davidson. Ted Everts snatching away the opportunity with that 92 bullseye finish.
That works.
90.
Yeah.
Well, if he goes 220s, it'll be back-to-back bull finishes.
Well, there's one of them. There's another. And there's the ball! Back-to-back bullseyes from Ted Everts. Check that out. He just did. Andy Davidson could not get a leg in that game. 6 darts missed a double for him. He'd teed up a double then, but like in the previous leg, Everts goes out on the button. Mcin looking for 20 and tops.
Game shot on the first leg, Mark Mcin.
Underachieved for how good he was.
It's a interesting. Look at this from Mcin, interrupting us with his brilliance.
108.
Wow, that's a third in 2 and a smidgen legs.
It's a difficult question. I don't think you can call a 2-time world champion an underachiever for me.
No, not having it.
140.
And people forget, Eric at his best was his best lasted probably 5 to 6 years. I think we look at so many other players that have so much longevity as Mcgin's on a 9. Oh, poor old Daryl.
137.
To add himself to that list of legends.
141.
Mark Mcin, pursuing perfection. Oh.
And I think in the
105.
era that he achieved those world championships, like I said, amongst many other things that he won in his career.
54. Mark, you require 36. Game shot on a third leg, Mark Mcin.
Well, there's plenty in chat that believe he can do it. I suppose the way his doubling is gone, he might as well go for an obscure double.
Dangling by a thread here. Gets the opportunity to save his skin. But
60.
can't manage it. And you can see the frustration etched all over his face. This to send Pilgrim packing. Oh, wow. Pressure. But Mcin gets it done, and Daryl Pilgrim is out. He won't be making it through to finals night for the first time in his Super Series career. Mcin marches on. He's in a good spot himself now to do it, but Daryl is defeated, and the big favourite to win this week, despite putting in an average of 103 there, will not be at the Super Series on Saturday.
Why stray away from a target you predominantly aim at 95% of the time?
He finds that one and gets himself in front here, Ted Everts.
Treble 20, double 8. Double 18. Wow, he picked it.
And that's him through. Boris Koltsov has done enough.
In the decider. That's awkward. He had to pick a side. Open bed. Finds it plumb in the middle. Is it too late?
Double 16 says yes. And Boris Koltsov through to finals night. Ted Everts still needs to go win a game against the eliminated Daryl Pilgrim. But Koltsov has got to the 10 points he needed. 4 out of 5 on the doubles and a 4-3 win. Looking to lay on top and does exactly that to lead 3-2.
Andy require 32.
So Mcin may be facing an anxious wait here. Because Andy Davidson has got a big win. And that takes his points tally up to 8 himself and leaves Mcin waiting and wondering and hoping. He is just above Andy Davidson in the table, so he does know that if Davidson is beaten by Boris Koltsov, then he will be safe, but he's going to be waiting for the next couple of games. Of course, if Daryl Pilgrim beats Ted Everts, he will be safe, and Davidson will be through as well.
Although the challenge tours didn't go particularly well for me, he still would have had 2, maybe 3 hours of board time or hockey time.
Well, he can still throw.
On the first leg, Daryl Pilgrim.
Might not be able to move too easily at the moment. I might be heading out of the tournament, but he's still got that in his locker.
Leg.
There is one weird little advantage of this injury, and I'm probably scraping the barrel here, but he's going to end up keeping his body very still, isn't he?
Yep.
And it's working a treat.
Daryl Pilgrim.
140 checkout and a 94 with 2 double 19s. About to take Ted Everts with him. They are both
and the match,
heading home,
Pilgrim.
and that means we now have our full finals night field. It'll be Boris Koltsov, Mark Mcin and Andy Davidson from Group B. After a painful night for Daryl Pilgrim, ends with some light relief in the form of victory, but it is a victory.
Andy, you require 121.
Double 14. Oh, what a finish
Andy Davidson.
from Andy Davidson, and what a way to end what's been a brilliant Group B. It's been a group that's been won by Boris Koltsov on 10 points, but Davidson beats him to get to 10 points himself, and with that win, he will avoid playing Boris tomorrow. Scotsman goes through along with Koltsov and Mark Mcin